Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome you to the training call tonight. We're going to start the training call with about the first 10 or 15 minutes. We're going to do new ambassador training. And then after that, we are going to do a little bit of training on priorities versus pitfalls in the Plexus business. There are lots out there, but I tried to boil it down to 3 of each. And we're going to do that and go forward from there. So let me do a little screen sharing here so you guys can see my images. All right, I hope that everybody can see that now. So, all right. The first thing we're going to start with is the Plexus Ambassador Training, the first steps and back office. First steps is our Plexus back office. The first thing you're going to want to do as a new ambassador is to log into your personal website and begin to familiarize yourself with the back office. As you can see, that's a screenshot right there of your back office. There were several tabs that go across the top. As you can see, there's a green arrow and it's pointing towards resources. That's going to be one tab you're going to want to spend a lot of time on and focusing on in order to get your business growing and to learn the ins and outs of your business. The second thing you're going to do is start your Facebook group. You want to get it up and running just as quick as you can. It's very imperative that you get it started as quick as you can. That way you can have some orders coming in, which means you will get commission qualified. When you start your group, there's 3 options for your group. It can either be an open group, a closed group, or a secret group. We highly recommend that you choose a closed group. That way, when you have friends and family who are searching for your group on Facebook, they are still able to find it. If it is a secret group, they will not be able to find your group on Facebook unless you specifically invite them to it. That's the only way they're going to be able to find it. Also, what you will want to do is make sure your name is listed in your ambassador group when you start it. For instance, my group is called Shaking It Up with Shannon. It just makes it a lot easier for people to find your group. They can go to Facebook, type in your name, and it'll say Shannon, and then it'll say Shaking It Up with Shannon. All they have to do is click on that, takes them right to it. If you are a new ambassador and you are in my downline, we have a specific ambassador group just to help you get started. It's the Sassy Start Ambassador Group. It will give you a step-by-step instruction on how to get your group started. We give you posts. Everything is already set up for you. It is a step-by-step, basically a number by number, tells you exactly how to do it. The next part is team Facebook groups. When you joined, you probably realized that you were added to several groups, and you're probably thinking, oh, this is a lot. There's so much information. What am I going to do? But that's okay. There is a lot of information, but nobody says you have to learn it all in one day. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you just have to take your time and learn as much as you can when you can. If you're in my downline, you definitely want to be in my ambassador group, which is Shake It Up Sassy Ambassador Group. If you're here from another downline, you'll want to be in the Rockin' Plexus Ambassador Group, and also the Plexus Ambassador Training 101 group and the Plexus Journeys group. If you are not in those groups, please let your sponsor know so that you can be added to those groups. It's imperative that you are connected with your Plexus family. Okay, for new ambassadors, the second part of this is the back office. Back office is a place where you're going to find everything you need about Plexus and your individual business. Okay, in back office, the first tab is the Home tab. That's where you're going to find the latest Plexus announcements and your qualification status as an ambassador. As an ambassador, it's highly important that you be qualified each month. Plexus likes for us to have 100 in PV every month. Now, that is really simple to do. First of all, you should be taking the product yourself. As an ambassador, it's imperative that you are being consistent on Plexus products. So you should be taking product, and your own orders go towards that 100 PV for the month. It can be your orders and customer orders at the same time to equal to that 100 PV a month. You want to make sure you're qualified for the month because otherwise you don't get paid. Tab 2 is the calendar tab. That's where you'll go find upcoming Plexus events. It's very important that if you live in an area where your upline doesn't live there, or you don't have a lot of people around you that you know who are Plexus ambassadors, go to this tab, find yourself some meetings to go to, and get involved and start meeting other ambassadors in your area. Do some connection lunches, get together with other people, meet them, talk to them, find out what their goals. It's always great to have a running buddy when you're doing the business. Tab 3 is event registration. That is where you're going to find Plexus sponsored events. We have convention in June, and we have leadership retreat every October. This is the tab you'll go to register for those events. Tab 4 is reports. This is the tab that you are going to access on the most frequent basis, every day, every other day, depending on how much you're working your business. It allows you to see your customer orders, your personal orders, your financials. And when you start building a team, you'll be able to also see everyone that's added to your team underneath you under the Ambassador Genealogy Report. Tab 5 is resources. This is where you're going to find all of your product knowledge and support for your business. You can find information on the products. You can find information on the compensation plan. You can also find opportunity calls that you can share with potential customers, potential ambassadors. There's also graphics there that you can download and use for your business cards or any flyers that you might make. And then there's also the 18 tips to success. I would suggest you highly get in there and read that. There's a lot of great information there. Tab 6 is shopping. This is where you will confirm that your auto qualification is set. A lot of people get scared by the word auto qualification. They're not sure what it is, what it does. But auto qualification basically is what allows you to receive your weekly and monthly commissions. Basically, it's what allows you to get paid. And everybody wants to get paid. So you're going to want to make sure that your auto qualification is turned on so that you are getting paid every month. Shopping part 2, setting your auto qualification. Log into your Plexus back office, click on the tab that says shopping, then click backup order. That's your auto qualification. It's very easy to do. You click the red create backup order, and then you can choose one that Plexus has already created for you, or you can create one yourself. I personally chose the triplex because if for some reason I forget to place an order or I have no customers, if that goes through, I know I use the triplex on a regular basis, and that's what I would want in my order. Tab 7 is my account. This is where you're going to go to keep all of your personal information up to date. You're going to make sure your address and phone number are correct, because if Plexus needs to get hold of you for any reason or send you an email, they also send out weekly emails. You're going to want to make sure all that information is correct back there. And the most important thing is you need to make sure that you have a valid credit card as your source of payment with Plexus. In order for you to place orders, receive product, you have to have a vital credit card in back office. So really make sure you go in there and put a valid credit card in so that everything is taken care of and no one is missing out on their products. Tab 8 is e-wallet. This is designed for you to allocate funds from your commission check and direct it to yourself like a savings account, or to give it to customers or to your downline. It's a great way if you want to buy a promo item for other people or for someone else's downline. It also encourages PV growth if they use it towards buying their products. Tab 9 is Plexus Builder. This is the last tab. This is designed to help you build your business. You can create a contact list, send videos, update your profile, or send emails to potential customers and potential ambassadors. If you go to the upper right-hand corner, it doesn't show it on that particular graphic, but if you go to the upper right-hand corner on tab 9, there's a little green tab up there that says start here or something like that, and it will guide you through it step by step. Okay, that was a quick run through for new ambassadors to get started. And now we are going to move on to the next presentation. Let me make sure here that, let's see. Okay. Yes, everyone is muted on the call, just so you know. So if you have questions, put it in the Q&A so that I know that you have questions. Okay. All right, here we go. if someone can make sure that you can see my screen still. Can everybody still see the screen? Crystal, we will do questions at the end. We will do Q&A at the end, and I'll make sure everybody's questions get answered, all right? So just hang on to the end of the call, and I will get your question answered. Okay. All right, everybody can still see the screen. Excellent. Okay, now let's get into the meat of the training call tonight. Tonight's call is about priorities versus pitfalls, pinpointing your roadmap to Plexus success. When I started thinking about this call, I really wanted to break it down into the things that are really going to help you do well in your business, and then there's also things that are really can really prohibit you from being successful in your business. And I went to the leaders on my team. I talked to them about it. I asked them what their input is, and they all pretty much came back with same answers. They were varied answers, but they all kind of fell into the same categories, if you will. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with priorities. And I'm going to start with priority 1 in your Plexus business should be consistency. Write that down. If you want to have a successful Plexus business, it's going to revolve completely around consistency. And there's 3 things that fall under consistency that you want to give priority to. That's your personal journey, that's your relationships, and it's also product knowledge. Let's start with personal journey. It's very important that you have consistency with your own products. So a lot of times when people become ambassadors, they become so involved with getting customers and helping customers or assigning an ambassador, training ambassadors, that they sometimes, myself included, slack on taking their own products, or they get busy and they forget to take their own products, or whatever, for whatever reason, they start forgetting, or they just don't do it. So you have to make it a priority, because you want to be a product of the product. If you're going to sell Plexus products and you're going to share it with other people, you have to be taking it yourself. Now, you don't have to take all of the products. I'm not saying that. Go out and take every single product we have. But if you do, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that either. But you should be taking some products every month. Consistency. Plexus Slim for sure should be on your daily routine. And you should have that consistency with your personal products. The second thing in consistency is relationships. Man, I can't tell you how important it is for you to have relationships and be consistent with your relationships with Plexus. I know when I first started, I was friends with a lot of people, other Guat moms, other people who had adopted from Guatemala. I was friends with a lot of them, but I wouldn't say that they were people that I spoke to every day or talked to on the phone. But when we started Plexus, I started building relationships with these people. Sarah Lewis, she's one of my level 1s, and Lou Lynn is one of my level 1s. And we all knew each other, but we didn't know each other. We knew each other through Facebook, and we blogged together, but that was really about it. There was no meat to the relationships, I guess is what you could say. But when we started Plexus, we started building those relationships. And the reason it's important is that when you have questions or you have concerns about something, you can't really go to your girlfriends who aren't in Plexus and say, I was thinking about this product, and I was thinking it was going to work for Susie this way, and and it really worked for Johnny this way. They're not going to understand a word you say when you're trying to talk to your best friends like that. But if you are building relationships with other ambassadors in Plexus, you're going to call up your sister, Plexus sister, and say, look, girl, I need your help on this. I need you to give me a little guidance. I need you to give me a little help, a little encouragement. It's so important to consistently build those relationships with Plexus. And the third thing is product knowledge. You want to always know your product. We do have a lot of products. Now, I don't expect you to go out and know every single ingredient in our products. That would be good to know, but you don't have to. But what I would suggest is that you learn one ingredient in each product that we have. For instance, our X Factor vitamins, they contain aloe. That's a very important thing because aloe is what helps the absorption rate with X Factor. So that's something very important to learn. There's something in each product that you can learn one thing about. So when somebody says, well, what about this product? What can you tell me about that? You can at least, at the very least, give them that one thing about that product. And then you can say, you know, that's what really sticks out to me the most, but I can definitely get you more information about that down the road, or I can email it to you tomorrow. It just basically gives you a jump start. So for priority number 1 is consistency. You want to consistently build your personal journey. Stay on your products. Don't ever go off your own products. Continue to drink your water. Oh, I know, the water. But everybody should stay consistent with that water. It's very important that you stay consistent with your own water. If we're going to preach it, we got to walk the walk, right? You got to walk the walk. If you're going to tell people to drink the water, you need to be drinking your own water. So everybody commit to drinking your water and taking your products. The second one is relationships. Consistently build relationships with other people. You are going to be able to learn so much from so many people. Never take anybody for granted, because I am a firm believer that you can learn something from everyone, regardless of who they are, regardless of what their rank is. You can learn something from everyone. And then the third thing to be consistent about is your product knowledge. So stay consistent, stay brushed up. If you have been on the products for a long time, say you've been in the business for a year, you haven't really read up on products very much anymore, consistently go back maybe once a month and read through all the products. Brush up on that one thing per product to see, so that if somebody catches you out at Quick Trip or 7-Eleven, that you can answer questions. You sure don't want to be caught with, I don't know. So anyways, continually brush up with that. Priority number 2 in being successful with the business is positivity. We get a lot of people who, Plexus is basically a feel-good business. We are in the business of making people feel good and feel better about themselves. That's the whole point. We want to give people a lifestyle change, not just a you're okay today and not good today and not good tomorrow. We want you feeling good today, tomorrow, this week, next month, next year, the rest of your life. We want you feeling good. So make sure that in your personal page on Facebook that you are being positive. You want to always be upbeat. You want to always be talking about positive things. Now, I'm not saying go out and post a life that you don't live, because, you don't want to do that. Not only do we want to be positive, but we also want to be transparent with people so that they know that we really are real people. We're not just salespeople behind a computer. We really are real people. But you don't have to talk about negative things in your life. You don't have to consistently go out and talk about the horrible service at the restaurant that you just ate at last night. Nobody needs to know that. Nobody really cares that you had bad service at Outback last night. I say Outback because I love Outback. But I always get good service. But nobody wants to know that. If I get bad service and I go on Facebook, I got the most horrendous service at Outback. Nobody really cares. I'm just being truthful. Nobody really cares that you got bad service at Outback. But they would care if you went in and you said, man, I got the best service at Outback. And I'm telling you what, you need to go to Outback and you need to go there. So that's going to translate to your Plexus business. If you're getting on Facebook on your personal page and you're saying, well, I'm so tired today. I woke up, I'm exhausted. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this day. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. Oh my gosh, it's hump day. Oh, is it Friday yet? If you're always doing that, that's not really portraying positivity and putting out the good vibes for people. That's not really going to make people run out to your website and order Plexus. So you want to make sure that you're keeping it positive and upbeat, talking about your day like, man, I woke up, I took my Plexus, I'm excited, I'm ready to go. I got to work, my head was clear, I got so many more projects done today than I ever thought I could. So keep it positive, keep it upbeat. And also in your customer group, so important because people inherently want to see you do well and be successful and be happy. You know, it's like when you're watching on your news feed and Facebook and, you know, the little videos come through of babies laughing. Everybody knows that when that little video comes up, everybody watches it because it's funny and everybody loves to see babies laughing because it's happy. So, you know, keep your customer group lively like that too. You know, I mean, maybe you need to post pictures or a little video of some babies laughing in your customer group just because, hey, you know what? My Plexus is making me feel so good today. I felt like laughing all day. Then I saw this video, so I thought I would share it with you guys. So when you're in your customer group, it doesn't have to constantly be about Plexus and constantly be about products. It can be about your life too, how you're excited, you're having a good day, or you know, you got an A+ on your homework, you know, from college, or you know, your kids like what you fix for dinner. You know, that's always a win for me, but that means I would have to actually fix dinner for my kids to like dinner. But anyway, so keep it positive. That's priority number 2 is positivity in your personal group and in your customer group. We want good vibes, people. Put out the good vibes. Okay, priority 3 is connection. This is imperative to being successful with Plexus. The first one is ambassador groups. When you get into Plexus, you are going to be added to a few ambassador groups. Depending on the person who sponsored you, depending on what rank they are, they may or may not have an ambassador group of their own. Now, probably if they have 10 or more ambassadors, or if they're a gold ambassador, they've probably started their own ambassador group, which is fantastic because when you are a gold ambassador or you have less than 20 people in your ambassador group, that is a great way for your team to get connected immediately. Start building relationships with everyone that's added in your team. If you have 20 people, start talking about things with your people, with your team, that everyone, you know, just say, hey, what's everybody doing today? Or what's your goals for this week? Let's post our goals for this week. And then that way, everybody can cheer each other on. When you're in a group of 20, it's more like a small group atmosphere where you can build those relationships with each other. You know, and then probably there's a next step up where there's another ambassador group that may be their sponsor who is a Ruby or a senior Ruby, and they may have 300 or 400 people in their group. You know, so then you've got an even larger group. And what's important about that group is that you're going to find more training in that group probably just because of the size of the group that's in there. So you're going to want to be part of that group too, because there's going to be different things going on in that group that's going on in your smaller group. And then even above that, there's going to be another one. If you have a jewel upline, then you know, if you're going to have an emerald or a sapphire or a diamond above you. For instance, my group, I think we have like 700 people in my group. And then the group above mine is Jana's. And I think there's 2,000 people in Jana's group. But here's the thing. All of those groups are important. They all have a purpose. And it's imperative that you're involved to some extent in all of those groups. Depending on where you are personally, how much you want to grow, what you're comfortable with. Maybe you're more comfortable in that group of 20 and growing right there, and that's okay. And when you get more comfortable and you're ready to expand, then you want to reach up and reach out and go up to the next group and start getting involved. You know, I really encourage you to get involved in all of those groups. I'm not saying you have to spend your entire day there because those can be very time consuming. But anytime somebody's added to the group as a new ambassador, welcome those people into the group. Anytime somebody gets a new rank, congratulate them. Everybody loves to be congratulated when you do something well. So make it a priority in those groups. When you see someone welcomed into the group, or if you see someone that has got a new rank, make it a priority to comment. Now there's the key right there, people. Comment. Don't just like it. That's very easy. That's very lazy too, to just click and like. It won't take you 5 seconds to write congrats or welcome. I actually even have a picture saved to my phone that I just add the picture to the comments. Very easy, simple, copy and paste, put it in there. So make it a priority to get involved and connect with your ambassador groups. Get involved, talk to people, answer questions. If you see somebody ask a question in the group and you know the answer, answer it. Don't just wait for the ruby to answer it or the emerald to answer it. If you know the answer the question. Step out and be a leader and answer the questions. Go for it. I'm all for it. In my group, if other people know the answers, answer it. I want you to step up and be a leader and answer those questions. The second one is fellow ambassadors. You want to connect with other people on your team. Maybe say you just joined. The person you're connected with right now is your sponsor. Keep building that relationship with your sponsor. And in your groups, find a couple of other people. Be bold. Step out and say, hey, I see that you just joined. Well, I just joined too. And I was just wondering if maybe we could chat a little bit or talk and maybe encourage each other through this and push each other through it together. And that's wonderful. Make it a point to connect with other ambassadors and build relationships with them. The third one is customers. Oh, this is so important that you have connection with your customers. You don't want to just sell to your customers. When you're talking to somebody about the products, you remind yourself that you're talking about their life. They felt comfortable enough to come to you and say, I'm having some issues. I'm overweight. I don't feel good. I'm chronically tired. I'm sleeping. I have depression. Whatever their case may be, take it very seriously that they have confidence enough in you that they've come to you and talked to you. I don't take that lightly at all. If I have a customer that comes to me, any customer, if they've come to you, don't take that lightly. Cherish that relationship because they are confident enough in you to help them and guide them to better health. And that's such an amazing compliment to you. So don't just sell them products, but share with them, follow up with them. At least, after they start taking their products, follow up with them within a few days, follow up within a week, and then maybe a couple weeks after that. Make sure that they're okay. Make sure that they know that you are open. Give them your phone number, your email, whatever, so that they know if they have any questions to call you or text you or send you a Facebook message. Let them know that the lines of communication are always open. And like that graphic right there says, the feeling of connection is what we live for. I think inherently we want to connect with people every day. We want to know that we are loved every day. We want to know that we are appreciated every day. So even if, you may not be able to do that with all your customers every day, but you might be able to send a note or something to a couple each day and just say, hey, I want you to know I was thinking about you, and I want to know if you had any questions about the products or about Plexus. Just let me know. I'm here for you. So really make sure you're connected to your people, to your customers. All right. Now we're going to move on to pitfalls. Oh my. Some of you are really going to start hating me right about now. Let me just tell you. Okay. Pitfalls. Pitfall number 1, social media. Say it isn't so, Shannon. Yes, pitfalls. Social media. A lot of us are on social media all the time. Yes, I have my phone in my hand quite often. And it's very easy to get caught up in social media. There's blogging, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Periscope, there's YouTube, there's Meerkat. I mean, there's Tiny Torch, Buffer. Oh my, the list goes on and on. And you know what all of these do? They all eat your time. All your time that you should be sitting back being productive, you kind of get caught up in all of that. And I'm preaching to the choir here, folks. I'm not saying this is all you because I'm talking to myself too. One of the pitfalls for social media is cruising news feeds. Oh man, Facebook, especially when you start really getting into Plexus and you have a lot of friends, your friend count really goes up. So you have a lot more people in your newsfeed, and you're constantly reading your news feed. Scroll, 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 scroll. Don't laugh. I know you all are sitting there laughing at me because you all have sore thumbs because you scroll so much. You know, that's something you really have to monitor, is how much you scroll through your news feed. It really can eat up a lot of time. Personally, I try to scroll through, like, my regular news feed. I try to scroll through it in the morning, and then I'll scroll through it in the evening, and that's it. I really try to avoid scrolling all day. I will check my ambassador group. I will check my mission gold group. I will scroll through those groups just to make sure if there's any questions or people that need anything. You want to make sure that you're doing income producing activities. And when you're scrolling with your thumb down your phone, that's not making you any money. That's no dollars going into your bank account. So you want to be on. If you're going to be online, you're going to be on Facebook. Email your customers, message your customers, message other ambassadors, ask them what they're doing to grow. What book are you reading? What videos are you watching to grow yourself? Let me know. Because if you're on Facebook, that's what you should be doing. Games. Hey, we all love games. I know there's a few Candy Crushers out there, and raise your hand. I'm not going to point out anybody or say anybody's names. You know who you are. But I was a Candy Crushing fool too. So if you have time to Candy Crush, you have time to post on Facebook. It's true. It's true. If you have time to Candy Crush, you have time to message your customers. If you have time to Minecraft, you have time to read a book. If you have time to tweet 10 times a day about how you found the perfect pink shoes, then you have time to message one of your customers about this new product that we have going on. So I'm not saying you can't ever do games. I like games too. I rarely do them, but be mindful of how much time you are putting into those, because they will eat your productivity time away. YouTube videos. I love YouTube videos. So I really have to watch myself. And when I say YouTube videos, I'm not talking about Sarah Marble videos and Tanya Dudley videos. I'm talking about like the videos we were talking about earlier about, oh, look at that baby laughing. He's so funny. Let's watch it twice. Or practical jokes that people do and they're laughing. Or Bonquiqui, Security. Everybody watches that video. I'm telling you, you could sit on YouTube and just go from video to video to video to video. If you're not on there watching a Sarah Marble video or a Sonia Dudley video, you should be. Because if you got time to watch all those other videos, then you have time to watch some Plexus training videos too. I'm not saying you can't ever do any of those. I'm just saying be mindful of the amount of time that you are spending on those things. Instagram and Periscope. Instagram, again, scroll, 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 scroll. There's so many people you could follow on Instagram. The hot thing right now is Periscope. Everybody loves Periscope. Oh, let me get on Periscope. Look, I even have, look at all those. Periscope, somebody's following you. Oh, Periscope, Chris McCall's live. Yay! Oh, I got to get on there right now. Oh, but I was in the middle of messaging my customer, Betty. Oh, wait, but Chris McCall is live right now. I got to get on there and give him some hearts. Oh, now y'all, if you're messaging your customer, Betty, keep messaging your customer, Betty, because that is income producing activity. Getting online to watch somebody Periscope live from their backyard or from a deck of a boat or wherever is not income producing activity. I'm sorry, but it's not. And it's a distraction. Again, look at that graphic. Weapons of mass distraction. That's what that is. Distractions. And again, I'm not saying don't ever do these things, that you can't ever do them. Just be mindful of how much time you're actually spending on these things. Because again, these are pitfalls. These are things that are going to cause you to not make money with Plexus or to build relationships with people. All of these things are taking away from the priorities that you should have. So just be mindful of how much time you spend on social media activities. Okay, The next pitfall, motivating the unmotivated. Oh my, we could go on about this one for days. I have found that a lot of people, when they're starting, they try to, they spend 80% of their time, I'm sorry, they spend 20% of their time motivating 80% of their people. I mean, they're spending all their time trying to motivate the people who don't want it. You know, we don't want to do that. You don't want to spend 80% of your day trying to motivate people who don't want it. You don't want to do that. What you need to do is focus. Focus your time on the people who want it. Find the top 20% in your downline. And that doesn't have to mean, you know, the people with the most ambassadors, and it doesn't have to mean the people with the most high PV. You want the 20% who want it, who want to work to get it. They don't care how hard they have to work, they're going to work to get it. Those are the people you need to spend your time with. Train them, give them your time. Look at this graphic. It says, it is easier to give birth than to raise the dead. And that is so true. If they're a white line, they did. They're gone. Now, I'm not saying they're never going to come back, but if they come back, they're probably going to come back on their own recognizances, not because of what you said or did. It's easier to replace them with a green line. Go out and find somebody else to replace them with. And keep encouraging your blue lines, all your people who are active, keep encouraging them. Contact them and say, is there anything I can do to help you? Is there anything I need to do to help you? So that's pitfall number 2, is trying to motivate the unmotivated. Don't spend 80% of your day trying to motivate people who don't want to do it. It's just a brain sucker. It's a time sucker. You're losing money doing that. So find the top 20% of who you have and work with them. And if that's only one person in your downline, then spend your time with that one person. Develop that relationship with that person. Talk to them, message them, let them know you're there for them. Do something together. Read a book together with that person and go over the chapters together. Study it. Really grow each other. Watch videos together. You know, if you have that one person, invest your time into that one person. Now, I'm not saying be stalker crazy with that person, but build a relationship with that person. Build it. All right. Pitfall number 3. Oh, perpetuating negativity. Oh my. Let's read this graphic. A negative thinker sees a difficulty in every opportunity. A positive thinker sees an opportunity in every difficulty. I love that quote. I think it's amazing. Negative people are always going to see a difficulty in something. They're always going to see difficulty. But let's try to change that stinking thinking. We need to be able to see a positive in every opportunity, even if it's difficult. Okay, where's the opportunity in this? Let's find it. Let's be positive. You know, and perpetuating negativity, people are like, well, what do you mean? Everybody has an opinion, right? You have your opinion and I have my opinion. So let's do a little example here. Say somebody goes into the rockin' group, and let's pick a topic. Oh, P96, let's pick that, because it's on back order, right? So a lot of people, their P96 is on back order. Now, if you go into the rockin' group and you post in there something like, I still have not gotten my P96. What am I gonna do? Are they ever gonna fix this? Are they ever gonna get this figured out? Okay, if you post something like that in a group, all that does is stir up negativity. And whether you meant it that way or not, it will come across that way. And here's the thing, when you do that, not only are you voicing your opinion, you're basically opening it up for everyone else who feels that way to also voice their opinion. So because you did a post on P96 and how you haven't gotten it and you're upset, probably another 20 or 30 people are also going to go on there and create more negativity. Whether it was created, whether you posted with your intention to be negative or not, people will always have an opinion and they're going to try and outdo what you say. So my problem is bigger than your problem. And we all know what that does. It creates a trickle effect. So if you're talking about negative, you know, the P96 and how you didn't get it, then so-and-so is going to talk about the P96, how they didn't get it, but it's been 3 weeks. And they still haven't received it. They don't know if they're going to receive it. I don't know if I got any refund. I don't know, customer service, yada, yada. It's just perpetuating negativity. So if you have an issue with something, P96 or whatever it is, I highly suggest you just go to your sponsor or you go to your Jewel upline because they will help you. They will try to get you answers as quickly as possible. And the reason we want to do this is this. When you go into a group and you post something like that, you have to remember that maybe you've been in the group for a year or maybe you've been in the group for 6 months. So you know that the group is always pretty upbeat, pretty positive, lots of good things going on in there. But let's consider this. Today is Joe Smith's first day as an ambassador. And he was just added to the Rockin' Ambassador group. The very first post that he sees on his first day as an ambassador is your post about P96 and how you haven't gotten it. And it's been 3 months and you don't know when you're going to get it. So answer me this. Is that going to create a positive experience for Joe Smith or is that going to create a negative experience for Joe Smith? We have to be mindfully aware of other people who are in the groups all the time. So there are new people coming into these groups every day. And if that's the first post they see, that is not creating much confidence in them. So if you have something negative to say or you need to express something about a product or customer service, please go to your sponsor or please go to your Emerald upline or your Jewel upline, whoever it is. Go to them and let them help you do that. Try not to go out and post it all over the groups because we want to make sure that when people come to the groups, they have a positive first experience no matter what day they arrive or the time of day that they arrive. We want it to be a positive experience for them. Okay. This is just a little follow-up on the priorities versus the pitfalls. So priorities, we want to make sure that we are consistent. Be consistent with your personal journey, with your relationships, and also with your product knowledge. Stay consistent. Positivity, you want to keep it positive in your personal group, and you also want to keep it positive in your customer group. The third priority is connection. Build connections in your ambassador groups. Be connected, get involved, comment as much as you can. Really be involved with other people. Fellow ambassadors, connect with them on a daily basis. If you don't have somebody to run with or talk to, message me if you're in my downline or message Jana or whoever your sponsor is. Send them a message and say, hey, I'm kind of struggling right now. Is there somebody that you can pair me up with that can maybe be a running buddy with me? Get connected. No matter what you have to do, reach out, reach up to somebody to get connected. The pitfalls, social media. Let's remember that. Cruising news feeds, popping onto Periscope every time somebody jumps on and is going live. Games, Candy Crushing. Make sure that you're mindfully aware of the amount of time that you're spending on things and if that's income producing. If it's not, you may need to reevaluate how much time you're spending on those things. Motivating the unmotivated. Find the 20% who want it and go for it. Go with them. Train them what you can. Do as much as you can with them. Spend time with them. Invest in them. Read books with them. Do whatever you can. Quit wasting your time motivating the people who don't want it. Motivate the people who do want it. Perpetuating negativity. That's the last one we just went over. So we don't ever want to be the one to go out there and start promoting negativity in any groups or personal customer pages ever. We want to make sure we're putting out positive vibes all the time for everyone. So anyways, that is the meat of the call. Let me close this up and I will answer questions. Give me just a second here. All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go to the questions and answer. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Now let me see here. Okay, Crystal, you said you had a question about AQ. What's your question? You can type it into the Q&A. I'll go ahead and ask somebody else, answer some other questions while you put your question on there. Okay. Dee Dee, I'm glad you're resisting Candy Crush. Good job. uh, good job. Okay. Is there anybody else that has any questions about anything? If not, let me, then we will go ahead and stop right there. But if you have some questions, go ahead and ask. Okay. Let me make sure. Let me scroll through here. Okay. Let's see. Scroll through that. Okay. Okay, Crystal is asking, okay, yes, when I ordered it came up with a calendar. I wasn't sure it was anything. Okay, yes, your AQ will be set automatically to the 25th of every month. You can change that to the 28th, but you do have to call customer service in order for them to change that to the 28th of the month instead of the 25th. All right. Let's see. What do you say to your spouse if they say we don't have the money to buy your product? Well, you know, that's really between you and your spouse. You know, I know when I first started, I didn't even tell my husband. I didn't tell him that I was doing Plexus. I just got on it and started it and told him later on that I was doing it. You know, but you know, you really have to talk to your spouse, and you know, I would just have a heart to heart and say, look, honey, I really feel like this is going to change my life. This is what I need to be successful at it. And I mean, well, as an ambassador, you have 5 days to return a product, but if you are a customer, then you have a 60-day money back guarantee. So if you are currently an ambassador, you can have your husband sign up as a preferred customer and order the products, you know, and try them yourself, you know, try the products and make them work for you. But that's really all you can do is just talk to your spouse about it. You know, you can't say, you know, I'm going to do it anyways. Like I said, I didn't tell my husband, I just did it. Let's see. If you only have one ambassador, should you wait until getting more to set up a group? I think if you only have one ambassador, I would suggest starting a chat with that person, or you know, even up to 10 ambassadors. For me, that's what I did. I started an ambassador group. I didn't start an ambassador group until I hit gold, and I had 20 to 30 people on my team before I started an ambassador group. So I did a chat up until that point, and then I felt like I really needed to do a little more with the team and reaching out to them. But I think once you hit between 10 and 20 ambassadors, you can do a chat. But then once you get to 20, you really you get to where you want to start your own ambassador group. But that's just my own personal opinion, though. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Okay. Crystal is saying, if you buy some product in a large group of stuff and then someone wants to buy it, do you still charge tax and shipping? Hold on a minute. Do you still charge tax and shipping? Yes, you do. Because you had to pay it. So you're basically getting what you paid for it back. So when you pay for it, you had to pay the tax and the shipping. So yes, when somebody buys something from you, they should pay the tax and the shipping as well. Absolutely. Let's see. Sean is asking, where is the best place to start for a new ambassador if their sponsor is new as well? Well, what I would do if their sponsor is new as well, I would reach up to that sponsor. If they're new too, that's what I would do. Is just keep reaching up, either until you find someone who's a gold or senior gold or even an emerald or ruby, senior ruby, any of them. Reach up and just say, hey. And then also in the ambassador groups, I'm sure you were added to ambassador groups. That's a great place. So if you're new and your sponsor's new, both of you get in that group together and start asking questions, get involved, start building relationships with people in your ambassador groups. Okay, just a second, let me scroll down. Okay, any tips for encouraging an ambassador who joined for the discount to get more involved in their business? As far as ambassadors who join for the discount, I do have an ambassador who's been with me. She was actually the second ambassador that I ever signed, ambassador number 2. And she is still with me. And she signed on simply for the discount. And she kind of, she strictly wanted it for the discount. On occasion, she would sell some to other people. They would buy some from her website. But it was never something I pushed. If they were originally customers and they signed strictly for the business, that may just be what they decide to do. But what I would do is make sure that they're added into our ambassador groups so that they can see the type of things that we do, the fun things that we do, how people are succeeding. Because like I was saying earlier in the call, people love to see people do well. So if they're in the groups and they're seeing the relationships that we have as a team and how we encourage each other and push each other forward, I think that is phenomenal. And I think a lot of people that will relate to them, and they may say, hey, you know, I think I want to get more involved in this and talk about it with you. So, you know, and you can always talk about it with them and say, hey, have you ever thought about selling this? I really think you have an amazing gift to be able to talk to people, and you're so good with your friends. So maybe you should consider this. Okay, let me scroll through some of these. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to click through some of these. Okay. Let's see. Kim said she thought she could change AQ to the 28th yourself. Not that I'm aware of, Kim. I think that you have to call in to change your AQ to the 28th. Okay, I answered that one. Okay, when you sign up to set up, when you first joined as an ambassador, you don't have the option to choose what you want in your AQ for your auto qualification. But now that you're an ambassador, you can actually go to that red tab that I was talking about at the bottom, and you can choose what you want to be in your auto qualification kit. You will have the option to do that now. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. How effective are people finding Instagram and other social media besides Facebook to be effective? Just curious how much time should be spent on other medias. I know that I have a few ambassadors who are actively on Instagram. And I was just talking to one of them today, and I believe she just got her first customer through Instagram, and she's been Instagramming for a while. For me, I find that I get the most feedback, the most customers, the most ambassadors through my own interaction on Facebook and outside of Facebook, at the grocery store, at ball games, at the PTA meetings, all of those places. I get much more feedback, and I think it's because it has to do with a face-to-face. If I'm talking to someone, they can see my emotion and they can feel my emotion and how much passion and energy I have for it. But I don't know that that kind of passion and energy can come through on an Instagram account. It can on Periscope because you can see me and hear me, so that might be a little different. But yeah, as far as other medias go, it's really how much it works for you. I don't spend a lot of time on it myself. Maybe post 1 or 2 a day, and that's it. I don't go through and scroll through it because I'm not making any money doing that by scrolling through 10 times a day. Let's see. What are your views on motivational incentives or contests for your current ambassadors? And how about an example of what you feel works? Thanks, Donna Tan. I love incentives. My whole team knows this. I love motivational incentives. I love contests. I think that encourages people. to get out and work harder, to go for it. My people will tell you, I love to do incentives. I love to do contests. I think it's great. I think that you should reward hard work. If you have people on your team and they're working their tails off, it absolutely should be acknowledged, and they should actually absolutely be rewarded and told that and recognized in your groups. You should be saying, I am so proud of so-and-so. Look at what they've done. They've signed 11 ambassadors in 15 days. I love it when people do that kind of stuff. It's awesome. So yes, I love incentives. I think, and let's see what you feel works. I think that incentives always work, offering incentives for people who can have the most ambassadors sign in a month, stuff like that, stuff that requires people to get out and work and push themselves outside their comfort zone. I think that's the most important thing. All right, let's see. Okay, Jackie was asking, can you repeat the names of the groups we should join? Yes, you should be in Plexus Ambassador Training 101. You should be in the Rockin' Plexus group, Rockin' Ambassadors group. If you're in my downline, then you should be in my group, the Shake It Up Sassy group, and then there's also the Sassy Start Ambassador group to help people start their own customer groups. Let's see. How do you add people to the ambassador groups? You should be in the ambassador groups on the right-hand side of the page. If you go to the top right of the page, you can click. Now, you can only add ambassadors to the group, FYI. So if it's an ambassador group, you can only add people up when they sign up as an ambassador. You don't want to sign potential ambassadors or customers, only when they become actual ambassadors. So you go to the top right-hand of the corner, and you just type in their name and you click add ambassador. Really easy. Okay, let's see. If an ambassador doesn't meet PV and decides to turn their AQ off to avoid their backup order from shipping, can they turn their AQ back on the next month, or once turned off, are they just no longer an ambassador? No. If you have a month where, financially you're not able to purchase any products, and that happens to lots of people, and that's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes you just don't have the money, and that's okay. You can turn your AQ off, and then at the beginning of the next month, you can turn it back on, and really try to push yourself to get some customers so that you don't have to turn it off again. You basically need to get 1 to 2 customers so you can hit that 100 PV. But no, once you shut your AQ off, that does not mean that you are no longer ambassador. That just means that you turned your AQ off for a short period of time, and you can turn it back on whenever you want. You are an ambassador for a full year. When you signed on and you paid the $34.95, you have a full year of ambassadorship. So even if you turn your AQ off, you're still an ambassador, and you can still go to your back office, access it, and order products. Let's see. There's lots of questions tonight. Let's see. How do we find customers? I think I just talked about that a little bit. On Facebook, for sure, you have your customer groups, but then you also have your personal page. Don't be afraid to post on your personal page. Say, I started taking these products. I'm loving it. I have so much energy. If you want information, let me know. I really want to send it out. When you're out and about and you're just talking to people, 9 times out of 10, if you're at the grocery store, somebody's going to say, how are you today? And that gives you the perfect opportunity to say, I am feeling so good. I've had my pink drink today, and I'm just feeling awesome. And 9 times out of 10, those people are going to say, well, what's a pink drink? Now, if they ask you, you better be prepared. You better have a rat card or a little information sheet or something that you've printed out to tell them about it, that has your website on it, that has your Facebook group on it, so they can go and look up for more information and say, hey, can I get your email and I can send you some more information real quick. Most people are going to be like, okay, yeah. Would it be okay if I got your email and send you some information? And they would be, all right, and then do it. Send them some information. Okay, let's see here. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Can you share what your 30-second pitch is when you share a sample with someone while out and about? I'm going to start putting samples out this week, wondering the best things to say. I just talked about that. When I'm out talking to somebody and I say I've had my pink drink and I'm like, well, you know, I started taking this pink drink. It's designed to help balance out my blood sugars and my cholesterol and my lipids, get them into healthy levels. It was originally designed for type 2 diabetics. And what they found out is that one of the awesome side effects is that they were losing weight. So basically, when you've talked to that, when you've said that little sentence, they've heard you say type 2 diabetics. They've heard you say balance out my cholesterol, balance out my blood sugar. And one of the side effects is losing weight. They've heard all of those things, and those are all going to be triggers for them to ask you more questions. And that's when you just say, would it be okay if I got your phone number and sent you some information? Or would it be okay if I got your email address and emailed you some information? That way you can look at it and do as much as you want at your own availability. That way it's not a pressure thing. I love you too, Donatan. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Dee Dee is asking, what does it mean when you have an ambassador in your downline that is an associate? That means that they just joined Plexus. And usually when they first join immediately, it'll say associate. And then it takes a little bit of time for it to change over to ambassador. You'll be an ambassador. And then when you get another ambassador, you're a senior ambassador. And when you get 3 ambassadors, then you're a silver ambassador. So, and then SA is silver ambassador. So that's when you get 3 other ambassadors under you who are active. Okay, I think that is all of the questions. But that was a great Q&A. I didn't cut off the recording because I wanted that to be on there. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for being on the call, taking your time out tonight. Really go through those. If you didn't write them down, I will post it tomorrow. I can post the PowerPoint tomorrow so that if you want to use it in your in your ambassador group, you can do that. I will post it that way. You can go over it with people on your team or just post it in your team page. That way people can go through it and read it themselves. You can definitely, I will be posting the call tomorrow. So if you have some people that you want to hear it, you can post it in your ambassador group, or you can post it in your chat too. If you have a small chat, you can post it in there as well. So anyways, I am so glad that you all were on. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with us and taking the time to grow yourself. So anyways, we will be here again next week on Monday, 8 p.m. I would love to see you all here again. But anyways, you guys get out there, keep rocking the Plexus, and share about our health and our opportunity to join Plexus. I love you all. Have a great evening.